Good morning. I'm watching a hummingbird in my yard right now in January. Anyway, I am answering an Ask Micah question. Maybe you'll see the hummingbird behind me at some point. He's back there feeding somewhere. Anyway, I haven't answered directly some of my questions that I've been receiving. Mostly because Andrew and I did the video series together and we answered all of the questions I got essentially in that series, whether you sent them to me in comments on my videos or privately. So if you haven't checked out the series, I encourage you to watch it. But I'm going to delve into one topic more specifically, and that is probably, I like the topic because it's something I struggled with too. And it is whether or not you feel like, is there something wrong if you're looking for love or want to attract that as far as a romantic relationship is concerned. And if you're doing all the work you think you should be doing, why you're not attracting it yet. Well, there are so many avenues. I've done this video probably 4 times and I still can't bring it down into something quick and concise. So I'm going to touch on a couple of topics, and then if you want me to delve deeper into any of those topics, I will be happy to do so. And I'm creating a Patreon where I'm going to have actual deeper education on all of this stuff in a spiritual sense. But let me just start by saying all the spiritual laws essentially match the laws of physics and cause and effect. And if whatever you, let's think about for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, right? So the more you try to force something, the more you try to make something happen, the more energy you put towards something, especially if it's coming from a space of lack, as opposed to gratitude, then the more you're going to push it away. And that's not attraction. And even if it's on an energetic level, because everything is a vibration, everything is a frequency, our bodies are, our thoughts are, everything has some kind of a vibration to it. And we have the power to influence that. And we forget, because we don't want the responsibility, how much influence we have over our environment and the people around us, which brings us to the collective consciousness. What we end up doing is we look for people that are like us because we do want a sense of belonging. We do want to know what love is like. And usually we're using a framework from our childhood based on what we felt we were lacking at that time with our underdeveloped mind. And maybe we did go through abuse or trauma, but that is our filter of the world now. And we don't even realize how much we're looking at the world through that filter and how much it controls us and how we see things. So we continue to perpetuate our childhood pain onto our experience. And we end up becoming addicted to suffering and addicted to escaping our suffering, as opposed to creating the life that we want, that we don't have to escape from. And when I started to answer this question, I realized I created a life I don't want to escape from. Now, I would like to be more financially secure so that I can be more generous and offer more of what I know I can offer people. I'd like to travel more and stuff. That's important to me so that I can expand my awareness and my consciousness more. But it's not because I want to get away from anything. It's actually because I want to understand and go deeper into myself and the world around me and the universe. So it all comes back to intention. Yes, we want to belong. We create these subcultures. Religion, spirituality has become a subculture in itself, as opposed to something that you are supposed to intimately learn on your own. And we find these little groups where we feel like we belong, but a lot of it is based on what we don't have as opposed to what we do, and expanding what we do, which is a little bit of a mind blower when you think about it. So wanting a partner in life is of course natural and normal. We are animals still, after all, pack animals. And the right partnership would help us grow and expand in ways that maybe we have blind spots. But when we are searching for it with idea in mind, when we're attached to what it's supposed to look like, we have an expectation to it. We have not learned enough of the spiritual laws to know that that's why it hasn't happened yet. We will attract people, though, that will help us become more aware of what we have not done, what work we still need to do, and we need to be grateful for those people no matter how much pain they may put us through, because those people are our teachers, and we need to know that we are still students. And we need to be humble enough to know that we're still students. And once we learn that lesson, we need to release the lesson. We don't need that class anymore. So once we start stepping into unconditional love, we have healthy boundaries. And we don't have to give up boundaries to love. We can learn unconditional love through compassion and kindness and accepting things as they are and allowing them to flow, still following laws of the universe. So I hope that helps. The subculture topic is a very valuable one, and how we work with our communities. I think our communities alone reflect where we are at and where our consciousness is at. Charles Eisenberg, I follow on Instagram, and what he says on there, I've listened to some of his podcasts. I just recently started following him, but I encourage you to look him up so that you can get a better idea of how our communities affect our lives and affect the collective. You have to take responsibility for how what you long for and what you desire is a trap, and you have to allow things to unfold in the perfect timing, in the perfect way. And sometimes it's not all about me, which I have to remind myself as an Aries all the time. Sometimes it's up to the other people to be ready too, and you have to just learn to be in that fluid motion as everything begins to unfold, but also take responsibility for your role in the collective, because as long as we exist, we are influencing how the collective dream unfolds, and we need to be lucid as this dream unfolds and take responsibility for who we are and how we're contributing. If we have toxic people in our life, if people are not authentic, if they are jealous, if they are manipulative, that's all something within us that we've attracted. And once you figure out what that is, it goes away. I promise. I can tell you from experience. I have been in an environment like the work environment I was in when I was coming out of homelessness. I was still pretty impoverished, but the job I got, because I was good at sales, was a sales-based position. I ended up moving up into management, and I loved management, and I miss those people so much, even though they invite me places and still love me. But it was killing my health to be in that kind of a space, a competitive environment. My health was bad. I was overworked, and I was not getting paid what I knew I was worth. And then I went to an entry-level position in a company that was cooperative. And the cooperative environment that I'm in now, I make just the same, if not more, than I did as a manager in an entry-level position, surrounded by cooperative leaders, and everyone there just supports one another, is compassionate, is kind, they're human, they're real, they're authentic, they're professional, and it's night and day. I've worked for 30 years, and I've never been in an environment that's this healthy when it comes to a significant size company. But that's because I knew I needed to do some work on myself. I knew exactly what it was I needed, and I knew it was going to unfold when it was supposed to. I didn't try to force it. I didn't do it out of lack or panic. I was grateful for the job I had, but if I was supposed to do deeper work on myself physically and otherwise, then I was going to get a position that would help me do that, and sure enough I did, without any effort whatsoever. So you have to trust that everything unfolds that way when the timing is perfect for everyone that will be influenced by you, because everyone you come in contact will be influenced by you, and then they will influence people because of your influence, and it's a ripple effect. And you have to respect that, and you have to come at it from not a space of what I don't have, but what is your intention when you go in to do it? Is it to get something because you feel you don't have it? Or is it because you want to give more? And you want to be able to change things for the better and embody love and unconditional love for your fellow human being and for the planet and the universe, and perpetuate that. And then attracting the right people in the right roles in your life that will help you both, all of you, continue to do that. Those are the subcultures I'm interested in. I hope that helps. Thank you so much. And look up Charles Eisenstein if you want more information on that. Stay tuned because my stuff's going to get a little more spiritual.